Good morning,
Good
good
morning, good morning,
afternoon.
afternoon.
That should have that sorted out. Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's funny how things happen in this universe, but I hope we got sound. I'm just going to make certain here. Yeah. Isn't it a beautiful Monday? There's always a big echo when Master Jesus is here. It's amazing. I had another page open. Let's see. Closing tabs. So I hope everybody's having a great day, and I hope you had a wonderful weekend. This week shall prove to be very, very, very interesting. There are so many changes going to be happening in human collective unconsciousness in the coming weeks. And one of the elements that is going to be really important is, who are you? Master Jesus came in when I was showering this morning. He said, "You are light." And I said, "Why are you saying that? It's the truth, isn't it?" He says, "It is the truth, but most people do not know that they are light." What does that mean? What does that mean? You are light. I'm reminded of an experience I had many, many years ago where I was taken on a guided journey with one of my mentors. And in the journey, I was in the middle of a mountain. And in the middle of the mountain, it was pitch black. But there was this great underwater lake that we were all, these other beings that were with me on this journey, we were on. And everybody got into these little canoes and drifted off through the mountain and outside into the field. But I stayed inside this mountain, this pitch black space inside this mountain. And I could hear the mentor guiding everybody else off into the fields and going other things. And I opened my eyes in the class and I said, "I'm still in the mountain." He said, "What do you mean you're still in the mountain?" I said, "I'm still in this pitch black space in this mountain." And he said, "Well, look for a light." And so I started looking for a light in this space. And I looked up and I saw this tiny point of light in the distance. I said, "I see the light. It's up there. I see it." He said, "Well, where's it coming from?" And as soon as I asked the question, "Where's that light coming from?" my whole body in the chair in the room that I was in this guided meditation in, my whole physical body began to shake. And I began to see the light literally pouring out through every single molecule of my body. And I suddenly went, "I am the light." And my body violently began to shake in the chair as I began to feel the sensation. I can't even describe it, of just pure, absolute bliss. There was no mind, no ego. There's just this uncontrollable energy pouring through my physical body, and my body was shaking like this, literally in this chair. At which point, my mentor came and grabbed me, brought me up to the front of the classroom, and said, "If anybody wants to be healed or have something resolved in their lives, come up and come be with this being." And I remember the first person that was brought to me was this woman, and I looked in her eyes, and I was able to know her. It wasn't like I looked at her. I wasn't looking at a body. I was looking at myself. And I could understand that aspect of myself had so much pain. And the words came out of my mouth, "I know your pain." And this woman literally just fell into my physical arms. I remember the sensation of energy flowing through me to her. And suddenly I realized it wasn't just to her, it was to everything and everyone, and from everything and from everyone. And that was my first experience of what Master Jesus is saying today about you are the light. The light is what you are. It's not something you seek. It's what you are. This consciousness that we refer to, I am. I am. It's one of the first words we used to say, I, me, I am. And that place that you come from, that I, when you think of I, is pure light. You come from light. He's saying, and why I've come here today is to open your eyes, open your eyes to that which you are in all things, in all words and in all deeds. Open your eyes. And I'm hearing him, when he says open your eyes, he's talking to all of us. Open up who we are to what we are. I am light. To open up to that which we are. He said, open your eyes. And he's referring to all of us, all humanity. Open our eyes. Do you not understand the value and importance of doing this for this world and this creation? Open your eyes. Now I'm asking him what is the process, and there's fundamental things that he's been teaching us over the last couple of years, along with other beings that we work with, about literally raising our vibrational frequency, light, from a scientific perspective. And I'm not a scientist. I was thrown out of school in grade 10, so I didn't study much in university. I read a few books, but light vibrates at a very high frequency. And there are frequencies that are lower than light, and we see them organized in the different substances like glass or rock or trees or plants. Yes. The light that you are must be remembered and brought forth to shine in all things that you think and say and do. Even how you treat yourselves, even how you speak of others. You must remember that light is what you are, and what you are does and thinks and is very differently than what you observe now in your world. The respect that light has for all things is unconditional. Your love, if you are in alignment with whom you are and being that which you are, is unconditional and respectful and honorable to all that emanates light. To all that emanates light. Excuse me. I know a lot of heat towards Master Teacher usually comes in with a lot of heat, energy pouring through the system. Part of me just doesn't even want to talk. I just want to feel the energy of his being. He's saying, know that you think that I am is that you are also. That you are also that which you believe me to be. For the living light is in you, not only in me, it is in you also. It dwells within all. There is no place that it is not. But the light is preparing to shine through you, whether you accept it or not. What do you mean? If you choose to continue to ignore your light, then you will continue to remain in the dark. The dark meaning that you do not understand or honor that which you are, and therefore you are not and will not honor that light which is all around you. Okay, slow down. There's like a million things he's like. I'm getting like as he's speaking, I can hear things like changing what we eat, changing what we drink. Like there's just so many things that we as a species and as individuals need to change to energetically align our bodies and mind to the frequency of light. The frequency of light is very, very pure. It is the source. It is the source of all things. But you have it in you that you may utilize this great source in all things you say and do. You cannot ignore that. But are your actions truly in alignment with its highest expression of itself? And evidence would suggest that you are just coming back to the light. As a species, you are just coming back to the light. What do you mean? Okay, he's saying emerging, what you call emerging technologies that are now beginning to use the light. He's referring specifically to actual sunlight. This is the essence of life as it is provided to this planetary system. This is the light. You are coming back to honoring it in your creation. But it is not enough in your technologies to honor the light. You must also honor the life of the light, which is the living things that are in this world, to honor the light that is living in all things, that is living. I guess that's the closest you can get to. Yes. His yearning is that we are able to find a place where we can truly begin to honor all living things again. To honor all living things again. But this cannot be done if you do not honor the living life within you. If you do not honor the light within you, you will not honor the light anywhere. If you have a shadow over your heart, you will cast a shadow over all other hearts. If you are a light, then you will shine a light. But if you are a shadow, you shall not. Although the light will always remain. You cannot be separate from the light, but you may live in shadow. Okay. So light moves very quickly as a frequency. It's in every cell of our body. Yes. It is literally in the molecules that we breathe. But it was given to us. He's saying it's given to us to be able to organize. We can create as we are made to create. We can create as we are made to create. You are just beginning to grasp the simple fundamentals of creating with regard to light and life, which are the same. They are inseparable. You cannot have light without life. If you harm life, you are in shadow. They must work together. You cannot break this. And you are breaking this. He's saying you are breaking this. What do you mean? The living things are the extensions of light. And the living things, if they are not honored for their light, for their creation, for all things that live are the creation. They are the creation creating, as are you. And the right to express its creation is its right to express its creation and was never intended for you to be that, for it to give it its life. It already has its light and its life, and its life is not for you to take, but it is for you to give, and you may give it freely. And he says there'll be much joy in the giving of life. There is great joy in the taking of life. There is great sorrow. Yes. Wow. I just feel like there's just something. What is it? I feel like something's trying to burst. I can feel like something's trying to burst through me right now, and I can't figure out what it is. But it's an energy that basically is saying, "Wake up, folks! Like wake up! We literally have to get to a place." Thank you. Where we are truly honoring the life in all things. In all things. Hi, sweetheart. Where we truly honor the life in all things. That this life in all things is the same life that is in you. Anyway, we'll take questions and answers because this is for not for me to just translate what he's saying, but for you to ask him what it is he would have to say to you. But that you are light. Remember this, you are light. And we really have to start honoring and respecting the light in all things, all living things. Right? What do you mean by that, by the way? I'm just asking what he means, what we're starting to honor the light again. Okay. So our ability to start utilizing the light from the sun, natural energy, solar, wind, natural, we're starting to return to the honoring of light, utilizing light as the source of the things that we need here. And light is the source of all things. Light is the source of all things. He's saying, to clarify, it is not just the light that you see with your eyes, but the light is the life that gives life. But what is that then that gives life to light? He says, this is not for you to know from where you are, but you may know this mystery if you are able to become the mystery, if you are able to align yourself fully and freely to the source, then you will know these things. Cool. Wow. Good morning, everybody. This is a pretty interesting start to my day. Also, I had my higher self came in during the shower. I was talking about food today, and it started saying, look at the foods you're eating. The foods that we eat will tell us what they do for our body. So I started asking, well, what do you mean? And they said, look at beets. Beets are like blood red, right? And they're really good for the blood, and they're strong. They make your blood strong. So my higher self started telling me all these things about different types of food, like celery, which is very sinewy. And he said the celery is really good for like building the tendons and ligaments. Celery, and it said just look at the way they are. Look at the way a vegetable functions. It'll tell you just by the nature of its function what it actually does for your body. So I've had my higher self and Master Jesus floating back and forth with me today on these different areas of living and being that are so crucial for our species right now. Yes, I know. Anyway, that was a kind of a sidebar. Let's scroll. I'm going to scroll up and see where we are here. Okay. There we go. A question from Danielle. Is sending healing light bad? Because some spiritual people are saying it is no good to send Reiki, divine energy to others. Only ascended master can. Absolutely not. He says he has no idea why anybody would say that the extension of your gift of light could never be misconstrued. Your gift of light could never be misconstrued unless those who observe it are in their own perception misunderstanding your gift of light. the Creator offers it freely to all of you, and why would you not then offer it freely to others? Of course you would. Wow, great question, Danielle. Awesome, I love that. Heather's asking, could I ask Master what the light vibration sounds like? I had an experience last night, and I was on this topic all day yesterday. I have seen this light. It's the purest. He says, you cannot know this frequency by your ears or by your eyes, but by your being that which you are, you may know the sound, the beauty, the sight of what you are as this thing you call light. Again, the moment you move yourself into the realm of trying to understand that which you are from the perspective of a position where you are not, you will separate yourself from the very experience of that question which you are asking. You are the light, and in being of that, not in the observance of that, but in the being of that, you will know the answer, and you will not need to describe it. You will not need to try to figure it out, for you will know that you are the light, and in this you will know the truth. And these things you do not need to validate or have validated, for you will know them, for you are that which you seek. Interesting. Thank you, Heather. That's a great question. Wow. Question from Bogumila. I'm feeling this opening in my heart, Bogumila. He says, yes, I am with you as I am. Turn your face from your suffering and your despair, for the light and the joy that you seek is not there. There are many who will try to pull you into their suffering. They who must find that from within themselves that they seek to garner from you. They cannot find from you that which is within them as they are. Turn your sight away from your suffering to who you are. Getting you to smile. Getting you to smile. I don't know why I said that, but he did. Yeah, Tika certainly did. Question from I am. As soon as I started reading the question, the first thing he said, there can be no darkness where there is light. If you are truly the light, you will not be attached to any shadows, for there will only be the light. Darkness cannot reside where light exists. There may be shadows, but simply turn your light on those shadows and they shall disperse. But you must know that you are the light. Do not get seduced by the shadows. Do not get caught up in the shadows, for there are those who will tell you to fear this and fear that. Do not fear. Do not fear. Wow. Question from Giselle. I've been having health issues this weekend. Does he have any messages for me? I've been seeing someone with me at night. I don't know. He's saying, don't look. I don't know why he's saying this, but he's saying, in those moments, you must stop looking back. You cannot look back without being turned to stone. Do not look back at that. Wow. And I'll add to that. When we turn our attention from where we are, we start looking at, why am I feeling this way from the past? The minute you start trying to examine something about what you're feeling now from your past, you'll actually recreate your past present. Yes. There's a story. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, But turning to, looking at Medusa, the woman with snakes in her, if you looked at the woman with snakes in her hair, you'd be turned to stone, right? And I would liken the woman Medusa, well, they also called her the Gorgon, with snakes in her hair. If you looked at her, you'd turn to stone. But think of those snakes as all the different diversions and thoughts in your mind, the stuff that's going on in your mind all the time. People on this planet are paralyzed by that going on in here, and they're looking back at a past that isn't even existent in the present. They're repeating old memories, or they're watching a TV show or something that stimulates the Gorgon, and they turn to stone. They're trapped in the ego. They're trapped in the past. He's saying that's pretty good. He's saying I did a pretty good job. That's a pretty good way. So stop looking back at your past. What is it you wish your present to be, and how does it feel? He's saying, know that the creation of your life is now. The creation of your life is now, never before. Let that depart from you. Wow. Thank you, Drusilla, for that question. Wow. Wow. Question from Janine. Wow. He's saying right now, this is understand, this is a great honor to be present as I am with you. And when you ask a question of me, you are asking a question of you. The understanding that you are as I am, to not deny that which you are, for you are within you, in possession of, and are related to directly the living God. How can you be less than I am if the living God is in you as it is in me? Wow. Question from Miriam. Great questions today, guys. Really awesome. He's saying that the process. Okay. He's really excited about your question. The process of fasting must be mindfully and carefully practiced if you understand that you are releasing the old, not simply from your body, but fasting is also for your mind. Do you fast in your mind? For if you do not fast in your mind, then any fasting for your body is of little value. You must fast from your mind. Stop consuming those things in your mind that do not ennoble that which you are. You need to go on a fast in your mind, not merely in your flesh. For if your mind is high and light, your flesh shall be filled with this light also. Fasting is a beautiful tool, but do not use it simply for the body, but more explicitly for your mind. You must fast from your anger. You must fast from your guilt and your shame and your fear. Go on a fast of your mind. This would be the greatest thing you could do to restore yourself to that which you are as the light. Thank you. Fasting for the mind. I love it. Yeah, thank you, Miriam. I appreciate that question. Question from Reflection. Is simply envisioning a colored light in our chakras or bodies enough to heal any disease? He's smiling, and he's saying, great joy to you who have understood what I have said. Great joy to you. For if you are that which you are, then all things shall be as you are. Even that which is not shall come unto you as you are, and it shall be transformed and remade. Wow. From my perspective, any vibrational frequency, any vibrational frequency that is higher than a lower frequency will transmute it. So the vibration of you take a piece of ice out of the refrigerator and you put it into the room temperature, and the temperature, the vibration of the temperature in the room will cause that ice to melt. And now we've got this ice that's melted in an ice cube tray. And then you take this ice cube tray and you pour it into a pot and you turn a higher vibration on called heat in the stove. So he's laughing at me. That higher vibration called heat takes those molecules and raises them up. If the vibration that you're using in healing, sounds, tones, even light frequencies, will alter matter as well. Even now, as you can feel, he's trying to transmit something to you directly. Even now, if you can feel the vibration of who I am, know that by feeling this vibration that I am, you are aligning to that which you are too. And in the alignment of that, all things will be aligned to it. So you may extend this light to others, this healing to others. And if it is of a higher vibrational state, then you will change them. As all things as all things of a higher nature alter those of a lower. Yes, I understand. He says I have a cute way of interpreting what he has to say. He's saying for him, it's usually much easier. You can be in his presence. And if you're willing to allow yourself to just feel that energy that he emanates without question, that you yourself will awaken to that which you are also, which is the vibration of what he is also. When he says, when I say I am the light and the way, he literally means that I am. Not him personally, but that consciousness, that state of being is. I am. You are, I am, we are. That awareness of that which you are is transcendent in nature. But there are steps. He says, from the perspective of many of you, there are steps that need to be followed to return yourself. Yeah, you cannot bring dirty clothes into the house. You must clean yourself. Yes. So things like fasting and other things like that are really, really, really important. Things like fasting, going on a mental diet, like literally, yeah. Yeah, I like that, what you said earlier about fasting from our minds. I love that. That's so brilliant. Hi, Czar. Wow, thank you for that donation. I really appreciate that. Does Joshua have a message for me, and what is my relationship with him? Was the answer to my question day before yesterday accurate? Does Joshua have a message for me? Wow. I don't know why he's saying this, but he's saying, do you know of this place? Do you know of this space? The intrinsic nature of who you are, without question, the nature of who you are. In this, know that we are one. What about his question? In your heart, did you not feel this joy and the excitement? Did you not? Wow. I don't, Zara, I hope you can feel what he's transmitting to you, the amount of heat and energy that's pouring through my body to you right now. He's saying, do not try to comprehend what you know, for you can. He's showing me like like literally a ball of light. Look inside. He's saying, look inside. Do not hear with your ears what these words are saying, but feel in your, I'll use the word awareness. He's saying that's not close enough, but he's showing me this image of light. Can you be that this? Can you be that? And it's a question. Can you be that? Can you be that? Are you willing to be that which you are? Yes. Yes, thank you. Wow. He's saying tell you to go and sit and be still. Sit and be still now. Be still now. Do not hear with your ears, but with your heart. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Question from Czar. Please take that. Sit with him. Sit with him now. Sit with he's with all of us, but he's saying you can sit with him now as a vibration, like literally as a vibration. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that question. So nobody's asking. My husband and I both have multiple health issues. I ask for healing and I am improving, but my husband does not. What am I doing wrong, or what should I do? Off with her head. He's saying the words he's giving me is off with your head. He doesn't mean literally off with your head. He's saying there's something in your head that you have to get off. You have to roll the stone away. This is what, yes, the stone of the tomb. Many of you are in the tomb, waiting to roll the stone back. Get your head out of your way. Roll the stone back. Your mind does not accurately reflect whom you are. Get your head out of your way. Yes. So the mind is our ego, the thing, this personality construct we've been given from the time we were children, right? This little personality construct from the time you're 5 physical senses. This personality you've been given, Jimmy or Bobby or Zara or Zenobia or Janine or Heather, whatever that name you were given, was the stone being rolled over your light. And you literally became this thing called a personality that you think you are. That you think you are this body. You think you are these thoughts and these emotions. And that's not who you are. So when he says, roll the tomb back, he's literally saying, get rid of the old self, the ego, the personality. He's saying, when you roll that stone away, your light shall shine and you will know it. If you could but silence the doubters. What do you mean by the doubters? All thoughts, all things within you that are not that which you are. Okay. So we would suggest this. Go learn to sit and meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, learn to meditate. Literally sit down, get your body and your mind completely quiet so that you don't have anything going on in there. And then feel who you are. Feel the energy of who you are. Feel the energy of who you are. That's so important. Thank you for that, Drusilla. I really appreciate that. Wow. Wow. Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Fardiba. Question from Christine. Is healing my purpose? Should I study this more, or healing can be also? He's saying, yes, that is your nature. Your nature, all of you, your nature is to cultivate, to nurture, to enrich life. You came here to offer your light to this world, not to bring it more shadow. You came here to offer your light to this world, as did I. And so come back to your light, and you shall be that which you are. Do not have doubt about this. Do not have doubt about this. It is your doubt. Roll the stone away. I love that allegory. That's beautiful. So our ego, our personalized reality, entombs us from being fully what we are. What you've been taught to think, feel, and believe about your life is like a stone that's been rolled in front of your light. Roll it away, right? Roll out the old self. Wow. Question from Lori. Any message for me, please? Was Medusa a real person? Yes, he's saying there are beings that we would classify as that, what you call Medusa. That these are the ones that gave you the false self. And any that would give you that which is not true to who you are is as that being would be. Yes. Okay, so I'm understanding Medusa, the concept of mind, that she represents the concept of mind, but it's an actual, real, living thing that happens to us when we when we're given ideas, thoughts, emotions, but through our upbringing, through our conditioning, that tell us that we're not this, we can't do that, we can't do this, you are this way, you are that way. Anything that diminishes what we can potentially be is like Medusa, turns us to stone. We become entrenched in beliefs and ideas and behaviors that do not sustain our life. I mean, 90% of the people on the planet are in poverty or some variation of poverty because they have beliefs and ideas, circumstances, and situations that are affecting them. And yet there's lots of people from those same places that get away from that and come and live very prosperous lives because they are able to roll the all false identity away. Get rid of the false. Get rid of all the false. Yeah, Christine, definitely continue to pursue that. Yes, that was a great question, Lori. Thank you so much. Question from Laurent. Who came to see me yesterday evening? He's saying it is my brother John, whom you know well. It is my brother John, whom you know well. He's emphasizing that you know well. Why are you emphasizing that? He knows of this. Okay, so he says you know of this, Laura. Thank you so much. Question from Lauren. What was the meaning of Bear Cub saying to me, I can feel your energy in my dream last, he seemed to, I can feel your energy in my dream last name God. I'm not sure, but the information I'm getting back immediately from that is, yes, to be mindful that you do not feed. Yeah, there's three things they want you to know. First thing is be mindful that you do not overtly give attention to that which is not who you are. To offer your light to those who are willing to receive it with gratitude. To offer your light and your healing to those that are ready to receive it in gratitude. Right. Do not attempt to feed they're saying that do not attempt to feed a hungry lion with but a small morsel. And I'm interpreting that to mean don't give a gift to somebody that will not respect it. They'll want to just take from you, right? So be mindful of that. Wonderful. A question, I think this will be our last question for the day, from Betsy. Do our guides ever have differing opinions as to how to guide us towards love? I'm just getting back. No river has but one course. There are many rivers and many courses, although they will all arrive at the great ocean. Who is this? I got a real native energy from these beings, Betsy. It's a really strong native energy. And whoever this native is, he lived mostly up in the mountains. He did not live among the people of his time the same way, but he lived up in the mountain. People went to him. Yeah, and he's just saying that yes, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, guys, this has been an honor and a privilege. And Master Jesus, thank you so much for your presence. He's saying that please do not find yourself in adulation of me, for if you are in adulation of me, then what are you? Look to see me within you. Look to see me within you, and you will know that we are of the same family. Wow, there's just so much today, guys. So many takeaways from this for me personally. The idea that the personalities that we've acquired are basically just like rocks that have been rolled over the tomb, right? And we have to roll it out. Our anger, our fear, our guilt, our shame, our judgment, how we treat our bodies. I mean, just I'm gonna have to watch this over again. But getting to that place where we realize that we're not, we're here to give our light to life. We're not here to take light from the world. We're here to give it to the world. I love that what was said earlier too, the idea that our technologies are starting to honor the light. Literally, we are now learning to take light and convert it into the things that we need. Yeah, so I don't know who this is, but somebody's saying we are moving towards a place where we will literally be able to live where we already are. Okay, that we are living from light, but that we do not have to live from a light that's in a way that's detrimental to life. We don't have to live with the light in a way that's detrimental to life. Yummy. Yummy greens. Gotta love the greens. So guys, thank you so much for your time today. If you like these messages, I want to say thank you to everybody who contributed today. Any contributions that I get through the YouTube live events and through our Patreon page, 20% that goes to a group that we are sponsoring called OurRescue.org, which is a group that goes out and rescues children who have been kidnapped and taken into the sex slave trade. And so we support that organization by donating what we can from this and our patrons as well. So if you want to support my channel and the messages that we're giving every 3 times a week and on Saturdays, please go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. And if you want to support live, you can do it that way too. You can also support it through my PayPal direct link, which is usually up on all of my videos. You can see the PayPal link in the bottom right corner of videos on my channel. And I want to say thank you guys for your questions today, your contributions, your focus, light, and things are going to get really exciting. Things are just going to start getting really exciting on this planet. And the more of us that are awakening, and it's inevitable. You cannot. It's like if you're in a room, even if it's been in the darkest room, if somebody turns a light on, even a small light, it can be really bright. And humanity for the last few centuries has been really struggling with getting back to what's really important. And now it's going to come to a head. We're really coming to a place in consciousness where we will be waking up, because the light is coming and it cannot be stopped. It is coming within all of us. It comes from within us. And you can either embrace it or you can resist it. Resistance is futile, right? Anyway, guys, have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day. I will see you on Wednesday on Shortcuts for Your Soul. I also want to thank my higher self for showing me, and the other beings that came in for those questions. So have a wonderful and a joyful day, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye for now.